This short video will provide you with an overview of the Local Early Grade Reading Assessment, or LEGRA. LEGRA has been developed by Rwanda Education Board and USAID Soma Umenye to assess every P1, P2, and P3 students studying in public and government-aided schools across Rwanda on their ability to read Kinyarwanda. LEGRA is part of the Comprehensive Assessment Plan that the Honorable Minister of Education announced in early 2019 following a Government of Rwanda cabinet decision. The Comprehensive Assessment Plan is being implemented by Rwanda Education Board. Comprehensive assessment provides a harmonized and coordinated assessment framework for schools and districts, which gives a picture of students' learning achievements. This creates the basis for academic and policy decisions to be made based on reliable data from student assessment results. The aim is to have an assessment system which encourages and guides teachers on how to improve their teaching and so their students' performance, not one that judges and punishes them. LEGRA will be the early grade reading component of comprehensive assessment. It will be conducted at the end of Term 1 and Term 2 each year. The unique thing about LEGRA is that every early grade teacher can easily conduct the assessment in their classroom and school. As the main users of the data, teachers will use the data to improve their teaching and identify students in need of additional support. All early grade Kinyarwanda teachers, school and local leaders will be trained by Rwanda Education Board and USAID Soma Umenye on the LEGRA process. LEGRA is done in 3 stages. First, the pre-assessment, second, the assessment, and third, the post-assessment. In the pre-assessment stage, the district office is consulted and oriented to LEGRA. District officials are encouraged to ensure the assessment results are used to help teachers understand how well their students are performing and where to improve. At the school level, LEGRA begins with a pre-assessment meeting with teachers, chaired by the head teacher with the sector education officer in attendance. During this meeting, each teacher is asked how they expect their students to perform on the assessment. They are also asked to identify any challenges they see in administering the assessment and how the school can solve these challenges. The second stage is the assessment. The tests assess letter, blend, and word recognition and writing skills. The tests are completed in one lesson in the classroom. Teachers administer the assessment tests on paper in P1 and using the chalkboard in P2 and P3. On the following day, the teacher assesses students' reading comprehension and fluency. Each student sits with the teacher and reads a grade-level short story. The third stage is the post-assessment. This begins with the post-assessment meeting at the school. Prior to this meeting, the assessment data has been analyzed against targets which define what a student should be able to do at a certain grade level. These targets are called benchmarks. The benchmarks were developed through a rigorous process involving Rwanda Education Board and USAID Soma Umenye. The benchmarks set how many words a student is expected to be able to read by a certain grade. Students' results can fall into one of 5 categories: 0 scores, does not meet expectations, partially meets expectations, meets expectations, or exceeds expectations. In the post-assessment meeting, head teachers and teachers discuss the data from the assessment. The head teacher asks the teachers questions about the performance of their students on the assessment. The goal of this meeting is for teachers to plan together ways to improve their teaching of early grade reading and to identify students who need additional support to meet the grade level expectations or benchmarks. The extra support to students is called remediation. Remediation is an important aspect of LEGRA. The data is only useful if it is used to assist students who are not reading or not reaching the benchmarks. After the school assessment, the results from each school are analyzed and discussed with head teachers and the sector education officer in the district office. If possible, the sector education officer will have tested some of the students and validated the results from the schools. The sector meeting will help head teachers to decide which strategies to use in their schools to improve early grade reading performance. It also provides an opportunity for head teachers to share best practices and ideas. Next, the student performance data is collected at the district level and becomes the foundation for the district meeting, where district leaders with other local leaders, along with the sector education officers, discuss the results for the district and decide what strategies the district needs to take to improve student early grade reading performance. All the student performance data collected at the sector and district level is uploaded onto the Rwanda Education Board dashboard. The aim is for the data to be uploaded to the dashboard 30 days after the tests are completed in schools. This data then informs education leaders about the early grade reading performance of all P1 to P3 learners across Rwanda. Finally, let's hear from the Honorable Minister of Education.
When Rwandan children learn to read at an early age, and especially when they learn to read in Kinyarwanda, the acquired skills enable them to learn other subjects, mathematics, sciences, and other languages as well.